Good afternoon, I'm Laura Plate.
And I'm Joey Brovant.
And I'm Hadley Cottingham, and I have a lot of opinions about a lot of things.
I guess she just lives here now. Start the timer because we've got 4 minutes to give you all the news you need from Piedmont sports to national politics. You're watching The 4.
Wait, no, we're making up for a lot today. It's going to be a lot longer than that. It's been about 3 weeks since our last broadcast, and we've got a lot to catch up on.
That's right. Piedmont students have been busy with midterms and spring break, so we're bringing you an extra long episode of The 4 to keep you up to date with all that's happened here on campus.
Just before we left for the break, we spent Wednesday, March 6th, celebrating Leo the Lion's birthday in the Commons. Students received supplies from SGA for a safe spring break. And there were some pretty interesting cupcakes.
That same evening, Piedmont hosted an Ash Wednesday service upstairs in the Commons. Rev Tim organized this Piedmont service which was offered to the community, which included a meal, music by the Piedmont Singers, and communion.
A group of Piedmont students spent their spring break helping others with Habitat for Humanity in Florida, while the Piedmont Singers also traveled to Miami for their 2019 spring tour.
This week at Piedmont, we kicked off the first day of spring with sunny skies, blooming flowers, and a fall housing tours. Mark Gestel and the Res Life staff opened their dorms to house hunting students so they could get a better feel of what each dorm offers.
Do you think I'll get a chance to get into Ipswich?
Yeah, if you complete your EverFi and make sure to get to your housing meeting on time.
Oh man, that's a lot of pressure, but not as much pressure as the faculty members that got pied on the volleyball court Thursday.
Oh yeah, Joe sure got it. The Math and Science Club held a Pie Your Professor fundraiser in honor of Pi Day, and even though we were away from campus on the 14th, we sure celebrated it yesterday.
Author Rachel Hansen visited Piedmont for a reading and attended Jeanette Hughes' workshop class, where she participated in a Q&A with creative writing students.
If you're trying to clean out your closet, GB will be accepting donations for Circle of Hope between the 25th and the 31st.
Round 2 of Grocery Bingo will start at 7 p.m. on Thursday in the Commons. Don't miss it.
CAB has announced the 2019 Spring Formal theme, a masquerade, and is selling tickets to the event in the Commons. They're $10 for one and $15 for a couple.
I'm set on getting a date this year. As you can see, I've been working on my tan.
Oh, that's right. You went to Myrtle Beach with track, didn't you?
Actually, I'm not on track anymore.
Oh, whatever. Piedmont athletes have been really busy over the last few weeks. Men's lacrosse even spent spring break on campus and traveling for games. Baseball is still off to the races and tennis is as well. All teams have brought in some major victories since the last broadcast. Most notably, the Lady Lions tennis team shot down LaGrange 9-0 this week, and Coach Terry Martin, the Lady Lions softball coach, had his 500th win on the 17th with a victory over William Peace. They celebrated with their home victory over Agnes Scott on Wednesday. They really put the muzzle on those Terriers.
Congratulations to all the Lions on their continued excellence this spring. In national sports, the list for the NFL draft came out last night. All 254 names, and I gotta say, that's a lot of names. The Arizona Cardinals will pick first on April 25th. Coverage will continue until the 27th with the New England Patriots 32nd round picks. Is that because they won the Super Bowl?
Shh! We don't say those words here.
Oh, I don't.
Hey, Joey. Joey. Hey, Joey.
What? What's up?
Since we're doing an extended program, I get to talk about sports longer, just in time to go off on March Madness, specifically the University of Maryland.
Oh, no.
Listen, I've come in second in every single bracket competition I've ever been in, so I consider myself somewhat of an expert on bracketology.
Bracketology?
Yeah, get with it, Josiah.
That's not even my name.
Whatever. Okay. So, as everyone knows, March Madness for the men started yesterday, and we're in the round of 32. When I set out to fill out my bracket, I looked at myself and I said, self, you know Maryland has had a mediocre at best season, and they haven't played consistently at all. So even though they're your boys and they somehow managed to swing a 6 seed, there's a good chance they won't play well enough to beat Belmont. Even if they do manage to pull it off, no way they make it past the next round. So I put my ferocious love of the Terrapins aside and marked them out. So yesterday, when Maryland seemed to somehow have forgotten how to play basketball, I wasn't surprised at all, and I was honestly rooting against them because maybe if we had lost to Belmont, Mark Turgeon would get fired, finally. But no, the Turtles pulled it out in the last 2 minutes of the game, and I have a lot of feelings about it. Also, Louisville getting knocked out is just absolutely the most ridiculous thing. Honestly, Maryland and Louisville should have just played each other in an extracurricular after-school battle of the mediocre. I thought I was a fan of the basketball school, but I guess that's just one more thing we have to leave up to the women if we want it done right. Isn't that right? I mean...
Are you done?
Do I sound done? The NCAA women's tournament begins today, and boy oh boy am I more excited for it. The athleticism is just better, and y'all can fight me. I think about it. UConn, Maryland, Louisville, Baylor, those women clean up, and I love it.
What language is this?
Sports ball, I think.
Collegiate athletics are an extremely important part of the economy in both local and national governments. The revenue accrued by March Madness marks around $1 billion for the NCAA, which goes back into scholarships for students. That doesn't account for the money made off of parking and other extra fees associated with attending the games. Condescend to me all you want, but honestly, the more blood, the better.
The what?
Don't you have a rant to rant?
Honestly, after everything that's happened these past few weeks, I'm all out of emotions.
Well, Indiana teachers were shot this week to prepare for shootings.
Sounds about right.
They were shot with plastic pellets as part of an active shooter drill.
America.
6 days after the mass shooting in Christchurch, New Zealand, legislature has passed laws to regulate weaponry like what was used in the shooting.
Sounds more effective than thoughts and prayers, but what do I know?
Georgia lawmakers passed the heartbeat bill on March 18th. If this bill becomes law, it will become one of the strictest abortion laws in the country, only allowing legal abortion in the first 5 weeks of pregnancy.
Because a fetus is more important to protect than kids at school.
The list of Democrats running for office in 2020 continues to grow.
Amy, Bernie, Beto, Corey, Elizabeth, John, the other John, whose last name is unfortunately Hinkenlooper, Howard, Jay, Julian, Camilla, Kristen, Pete, and Tulsi. It sounds like the off-brand version of the 50 states that rhyme.
There's a new thing in the art museum.
Well, we definitely need some good news after that, and somehow all the good news this week is about the elderly. And I love it. A 104-year-old woman asked to be arrested as part of a bucket list because she's never been on the wrong side of the law. Officers came to her nursing home and did just that when they detained her as part of a charity event. They cuffed her and took her for a ride in the police car.
I found out that Andrew Lloyd Webber, Stephen Sondheim, and William Shatner all have the same birthday. It's today, so that's important.
But most important good news is that Virginia McLaurin, also known as the lady that danced with the Obamas back in 2016, turned 110 on the 12th, and she's still dancing. Keep dancing, Miss Virginia. Keep dancing.
Well, that's the 4. Tune in next week for more news brought to you by The Roar.